Sport Show. And on the show this morning, we look at more updates from the world of sport. We look at athletics, we look at tennis, we talk at NBA for the players, what some teams are done with their playoffs as they await to other teams. Well, we'll also look at games going down tonight in the English Premier League. Well, season decider, some may say, in the Premier League. Wow, the managers are saying it is not yet a season decider. Talking about Manchester City and Arsenal. Remember, I said it yesterday on Extra Time that you jump on our Facebook fan page, Solutions 939 FM, Solutions 939 FM, where you see the graphics for the prediction for Manchester City Arsenal's game for you to make that prediction. And you walk away with not only airtime but cash, depending on the correct score line. And we'll pick the first two. Quickly jump on the Facebook fan page, Solutions 939 FM. We'll be right back. Do not go anywhere. Okay, check the time right now, 9:04 from your Remedy Radio dial, Solutions 939 FM. Let's start with tennis here before taking your predictions. This morning, Sofia Kenin crashed out of the Madrid Open in the first round on Tuesday, losing in just 58 minutes to Marina Zavenskar. The 2020 Australian Open champion and former world number 4 has showed some flashes of her old form in 2023, having seen their career derailed by injury since her triumph in Melbourne. Well, Kenin's American compatriot Katie Volnett suffered defeat to Jacques Linda Freithofer, while Lauren Davis was beaten in 3 sets by Sorana Cristier, and Claire Liu lost in the straight set to Yulia Putintseva. Let's look at the games going down today in the WTA of the Madrid Open. WTA 1000, Corey Goff in the next few minutes will take on Kai Kanepi. As we remember, Kai Kanepi's game against Shelby Rogers has been cancelled, so Kanepi's taking on Corey Goff, while Alexandra Ayala will take on Tajana Maria, as Camila Giorgi will take on Maya Sharif. Dharma Gaffley will be up against Kati McNally, as Mira Andreeva take on Leila Fernandez. Christian Boskar is up against Rebecca Massa Rover, as Amanda Anisimova will take on Araxta Rose. More games to go down today, and these games are going down till 4 p.m. Remember, for the ATP, we have Iya Ivashka taking on Albert Ramos Vinola by 10 o'clock this morning, as Emilio Navarre will be up against Gregore Barrere. Alex Paparin will be up against Quentin Hallis, as Yibing Wu will take on Alex Morkan. Daniel Galan against Alexander Boblik, as Stan Wawrinka will be in action by 1 o'clock against Maxima Cressy. Oscar Ante against Fabio Fognini's game has been cancelled, while Ante will take on Pavel Kotov. Bona Gojo against Thiago Monteiro, as Martin Landaluce will take on Richard Gasquet by 4:30 p.m. today. Let's move on and let's talk the NBA. This morning, shout out to Maximum Mami Printy, Agubiane Sharif, Olashain, Abib, Olayinka. Well, shout out to you guys for your messages live on Facebook. Remember, guys, keep predicting concerning that game going down tonight, Manchester City versus Arsenal at the Etihad Stadium. Who will be, sleeping off, and who will be getting the needed 3 points? Or is the game going to end in a draw? Let's get your predictions live on our Facebook fan page, Solutions 939 FM. Remember, we are live. Let's keep getting the prediction. Now, let's go straight and talk NBA for the playoffs this morning. The young Trae Young kept the Atlanta Hawks season alive with a deep three-pointer in the final seconds of their 119-117 road victory against Boston Celtics in Game 5. But the win, which cut the Celtics lead to a 3-2, looked exceedingly unlikely when Jelly Brown three-pointer put Boston ahead 109-96 with 6 minutes 10 seconds on the clock. But let's look at all the games that decided. In the wee hours of today, it was LA Clippers losing 130-136 as Minnesota Timberwolves lost 109-112 against Denver Nuggets. And what does this mean? Talking about the playoffs, let's start with the Boston Celtics. Remember, it is now 3-2, despite, the victory for Atlanta Hawks are giving them 119 victory to 117. 3-2 is what the playoffs look like, so they go into the next game. Denver Nuggets playing 112-109 points against Minnesota Timberwolves. 112 enough for the team to have 4-1 aggregate in the 7-game playoff. But with 4 wins from 7 shows that they are good to go. But looking at another one here for Phoenix Suns, LA Clippers. Phoenix Suns got to 136, a win over LA Clippers, who scored 130. And for Phoenix Suns, they've got 4 wins in 5, and LA Clippers winning just 1. The road and coast clear. Now let's move away from the NBA this morning. And let's talk athletics. Before talking about athletics, let's talk about titles and awards accolades. The first overall pick of the 2022 NBA draft has lived up to the hype, with Orlando Magic wing Paolo Banchero being named NBA Rookie of the Year on Tuesday. Now let's talk athletics. Remember, the whole crisis of Ukraine versus Russia. Russia invading Ukraine is now affecting the likes of Belarusian athletes, same as Russian athletes. Russian and Belarusian athletes who received state funding cannot be considered neutral and must remain excluded from international sports. This is coming from Culture Secretary Lucy Fraze. Last month, the International Olympics Committee published criteria under which global sports federations may consider readmitting athletes from those countries amid their invasion of Ukraine. The recommendations say only individual athletes from those countries should be allowed to compete, not teams. Athletes and support personnel who actively support the war in Ukraine may also remain barred, as must any athlete or support staff member contracted to the Russian or Belarusian military or security agencies. Now, let's just also make this clear. Remember the same thing that happened to Abramovich, who was the owner of Chelsea. Remember, he happens to be one of the sponsors of the Russian government. And, the reason he had to sell some of his properties or things he's got outside Russia, including Chelsea. So this is also part of the problems that Chelsea is facing, handing over ownership. Well, someone that owns Favour Oloruntola will deliver her in the second half of the show, where we look at football and we talk extensively of the game going down tonight. Let's quickly talk about the changes we're getting in Formula One, as Formula One confirmed a new format for sprint weekends in 2023 that will see a second qualifying session to be known as the Sprint Shootout added to the schedule. The new format, which was voted through the F1 Commission and World Motorsport Council on Tuesday, will be used at the 6 sprint weekends taking place this season. The first of which is this weekend's Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Alright guys, let's go straight to the second half of the show, where we talk football on the side. Remember, another game also decided last night saw some tables being turned around. Well, look at Leicester City. Look like a team that, Kelechi Iheanacho was also part of the players who helped Leicester City seal a draw last night. Guys, you not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Your right-footed corner. Everyone back in white shirts to defend the first set piece of tonight's game. Fast with a touch at the near post. Leeds got enough bodies around it. He's fallen to Tillemans. Oh, brilliant! Yuri Tillemans does it again. The magic man. Right-footed from the edge of the area. It is arrowed into the top left-hand corner. And those celebrations might be cut short. No goal. And then it's Harrison who's got the better of Christensen again, coming in from the right edge of the area. A ball in, a goal for Leeds. on the right-hand side, got beyond Christensen and left-footed from the right corner of the penalty area. He's just floated one towards the far post. He has conceded in all 5 Premier League games when he's come up against Leicester. Here's Iheanacho, room on the edge of the box. Meslier pushes it away. Daka! Oh, that come off the post. Was that a double save? Either way, Leicester denied 2 opportunities. Leeds could go 4 clear, but Iheanacho looking to halt that. He was fouled, but he's played on. He's found Maddison, who's away from his man, and then he's touched it over to Jamie Vardy, who's found the bottom corner, and Leicester City have got an equaliser. Maddison involved, Iheanacho involved, and just when you needed the man who has scored so many goals in his Leicester City career, he's on the spot. Jack Harrison swinging the ball in. Oh, Everson, brilliant save, and eventually Christensen got it off the line, but it took 2 attempts. And then Fass clears from the resulting cross. It's still not out. Ayling on the edge of the box, and there's still plenty forward. It's Aronson. It's another save. Everson, this time with his legs low down at the near post.
Alright guys, you're welcome back to Kiko Sports Show live in your Remedy Radio Dial Solutions 939 FM. Young Striker 9 here. Favor Loruntola is here. I hope she will not be throwing some teams under the bus this morning. Good morning to you, Favor. What's good?
Good morning to you, everyone. Definitely will be throwing some teams under the bus. I felt like disappointed in Real Madrid yesterday.
Okay. No, I understand.
I felt disappointed for the team looking forward to win the Champions League. Wants to play Manchester City, losing 4-2 to Girona last night. I was like, what is going on with this team? Are they not, interested in actually maintaining second spot, or they just don't want to even just play in their league? But let's see what happens with them when they come and play Manchester City in the Champions League.
We keep saying that there's always a difference between the league and the Champions League. It's just like you see Chelsea. Chelsea is different from... They have a different color. The blue is different in England and in Europe.
It didn't work for them in the Champions
League. If it is not working for them in the UEFA Champions League, well, it worked for some teams, right? But let's start with the Championship, where Burnley manager Vincent Kompany described the 1-0 win at Blackburn to seal the title as a tremendous achievement. The Claret were second best for 2/3 of the Championship game, but Rovers could not take advantage, only carving out half chances for the Charles Darnell and Dominic Hyam. A half chance was a Burnley needed at Hillwood Park as Mano Benson called a sumptuous 66 minutes winner into the far corner, his 12th on the campaign. Now let's come back and talk more Premier League stories this morning, where Unai Emery has emphasized the importance of the games ahead as Aston Villa and their fans dream of a return to Europe following a 1-0 home win over Fulham.
Well, the result sealed by Tyrone Mings, the 21st minute header for the 8th victory of a 10-month unbeaten run, saw Villa move up to 5th place in the Premier League, and they are on a point above Tottenham, who hosts the 4th place Manchester United on Thursday tomorrow.
Okay.
Liverpool and Brighton in action Wednesday, and West Ham and Nottingham Forest are the 4 and 5 points behind Villa, respectively, with extra games in hand.
So let's talk about Tottenham Hotspur. Remember the report we got yesterday that the players will have to, pay back their fans the ticket after they got bashed 6-1 over the weekend. I was shocked after the result, but I mean that's just one way to also say, meeting your fans and making them understand that you also feel their pains. You guys are really in pain. Shout out to all Tottenham fans. Tolu Onorumoteni, if you are listening to me or watching me this morning because you've been supporting Tottenham, I don't know the club you are supporting now since you went to UK. But boss Julien Lopetegui believes Wolves have proved the doubters wrong as a closing on Premier League safety. Joachim Anderson, Ongo, and Ruben Neves led penalty gave Wolves a 2-0 win over Crystal Palace at the Molineux. But now let's talk about games going down today.
The D-Day has arrived, the day where we separate who will be the table toppers in the Premier League and who will drop.
Manchester City has a game in now. So
I understand. The D-Day, we understand. Well, Mikel Arteta insists that Arsenal's trip to face Manchester City today is not a Premier League title decider, but concedes his side now have the perfect in order to stay on top of the table.
We have made some errors, but we have managed to win the games, and then probably those errors get a little bit dissolved. But we have had some of them that we have managed to do that. But yeah, especially in certain areas, you have to minimize those as much as possible because the margins then become much smaller. I don't think it's about that. It's decision making, sometimes it's execution, sometimes credit to the opponents as well, that they put you in certain positions to force those mistakes. But as I said, I think we've done some in the past as well, that I can remember, especially at home, that it could have cost us something and we managed to win the games. 100%, but we knew from the beginning, and that City was the team to beat, probably with Liverpool, because what those teams have done in the last 6-7 years, and they fully deserve that credit, and to be at the top. And we were the ones that wanted to be closing that gap as much as we possibly could, and we are toe-to-toe with them. We knew that we had to go to the Etihad. We know that after that they're going to have another 5 very difficult games. So that game is going to be really important. Is it going to define the season? The answer is no.
I mean, as a manager, you must also have the confidence that your players, your team can do the unthinkable, right? But look at how the table stands. Manchester City with 70 points, and when you say they've got 30 games which they've played, and Arsenal has played 32. So it is more of how Manchester City can win the 2 games in hand. But should Manchester City win the game tonight, that gives them 73 points. And well, remember they've got a game in hand. But let's listen to Pep Guardiola, who's the Manchester City manager, and talk about the importance of the game against Arsenal at the Etihad.
Really good to be here. Month when after the first leg or first round for the Premier League that Arsenal has done, it's difficult to think we were here in that moment. So it's a really important game because we can get points and our biggest opponent this season cannot get it. But focus on what you have to do. We play 2 times this season in the past as well, but especially two times this season in FA Cup, I think so. And it was a really tight games and really difficult. It's really important, not decisive, because there's still many tough games for both sides. We have more games to play, but we cannot deny how important it is.
Okay, Pep Guardiola speaking there, who's the Manchester City manager. And well, now let's look at what may surely happen today. Remember, Arsenal will be missing the services of Saliba, and since Saliba got injured, they've not been getting the result expected. Look at Arsenal, look at their form so far. They've drawn 3 matches back to back. And well, look at the odds on Arsenal, look at the odds on Manchester City. Manchester City has got 1.59, 1.56 on the odds, and well, with Arsenal having 5.75 at 5.60. Do you know what that means? It shows that Arsenal is likely to lose that game. So if you put your money on them, maybe you want to risk your money. That is what's odd.
But let's look at it this way.
It looks like,
yes, with the hunger that I saw in Arsenal when they played the
last game, that was against Southampton. They played against a team that is battling relegation.
No. Let's look at it this way. They were already losing, and I saw the hunger in them. Although it was a late goal, but the last 10 minutes of that game, the way Arsenal played, you will see that they really wanted to maintain that spot. If they can bring that energy with Manchester City, they can find a way to block some areas. They shouldn't focus much on Allen, because I'm very sure Pep Guardiola has another plan in mind.
Coach Favor is speaking.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Arteta must have known the way to go around this. If they can maintain that hunger, get 3 points to the 75 points they have a chance. Although, yes, we know that there is a game in hand for Manchester City, but it will be a disastrous night if they should allow Manchester City win this game or draw.
Even score a lot of goals,
Even
because
score a lot
look
of
at the
goals.
goals scored
They
by
have-
Arsenal.
they
Arsenal
have
scored
a
77,
disadvantage.
Manchester City 78.
They
Yeah.
have a huge disadvantage. They've already conceded more goals than Manchester City.
34 to 28.
They have a huge disadvantage.
Well, when you say huge disadvantage, but let's also look at what some players who have been ruled out already. If you're saying you look at Granit Xhaka, who's questionable for this game, El Neni, Saliba most importantly, but just Nathan Ake for Manchester City. So, well, for Mikel Arteta, he has a lot, to think at. Remember, he's also making a return to the Etihad, where he assisted Pep Guardiola, for some seasons. Well, that is what it looks like for game going down tonight. But let's look at what guys are saying on our social media platforms this morning based on the predictions. Remember, starting since last night, we posted on the platform. Adeni Okoyemi Abiodun says Manchester City 3, Arsenal 1. Taufik Okoyemi says Manchester City 3, Arsenal 2. Israel Olani says Manchester City 3, Arsenal 1. Adigbola Ismail says Arsenal 3, Manchester City 1. That's the first man to predict in favor of Arsenal. Richie Gucci says Manchester City 2, Arsenal 1. Adede Join Kosola says Manchester City 3, Arsenal 0. Manchester City. Okay, Robo Lincoln says Manchester City 1, Arsenal 2. Okay, that's those messages came in last night, but look at some messages coming in this morning. Okay, Duke Pereira, Ayodeji says Arsenal players need more psychological sessions than training sessions. The guys are looking tired. Okay. Let's also look at more here this morning. This is coming from Adetunji Dawood. Okay. Adetunji Dawood says Manchester City 3, Arsenal 2.
And Olani Ayolawale says Manchester City 3, Arsenal 1. Sikiru Adam says Manchester City 3, Arsenal 1. Adetude David says Manchester City 3, Arsenal 2. Honorable King Kumi, let me just leave it at that. Manchester City 1, Arsenal 3. I don't want to laugh this morning. We have Samuel Idris saying Manchester City 0, Arsenal 1. The last one, Oba Adejumo, Arsenal 2, Manchester City 2.
So that happens to be Adejumo's prediction happens to be the first drawn fixtures. Prediction there. But hey, guys, let's quickly look at all the games scheduled for today. Nottingham Forest will take on Brighton. Chelsea will take on Brentford at the Stamford Bridge. West Ham United host Liverpool. Those are the matches. And let's just quickly take you down to the Spanish La Liga, where we have games going down tonight. Remember, Real Madrid lost yesterday.
So Girona, let me emphasize that.
Okay, you need to lay that emphasis. And one player scoring 4. I was on air yesterday when the first 2 goals came in, and Kotze Castellano. And well, the silence of Real Madrid fans yesterday was probably powered by Girona and Castellanos.
If we call 2 brace, we call 3 hat-trick. What is 4 called?
4 should be. Okay, I've forgotten what 4 goals is called now. I've forgotten, but maybe as soon as I get that, I will let you know. But if you look at some other results yesterday, Osasuna, defeated Cadiz despite a man sent off in that one. Betis, Real Sociedad played out goalless. But let's look at games going down tonight in the Spanish La Liga.
Well, Mallorca will be up against Atletico Madrid. We have Getafe taking on Almeria. Celta Vigo will host Elche, while Rayo Vallecano will take on Barcelona, who did well over the weekend.
Okay, but remember, a lot of people are also saying that, they need the return of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and, because Robert Lewandowski has not been able, to score, so far in the past few. But when you say 4 goals, you can also call it a super hat-trick.
Okay, super hat-trick.
Yeah, but when you score 5, we can also call it a haul, but 5 is glot, 6 is double hat-trick, but 3 is hat-trick, 4 is haul, 5 is glot, Right.
Okay.
So that is it. Some call it Super Patrick, but you've learned something also on the show today. Well, remember in the Italian Serie R. Okay, that is not for today.
Friday.
But
Yeah,
I
really
know.
looking forward towards the future. Future is like
Yeah. You have to think
have
about
to
the
think
future.
ahead.
But let me just quickly get your prediction right now.
Manchester City and Arsenal. I believe in Arsenal tonight. I'm not going to give
No,
a
wait.
prediction. I just feel.
Let people see your face.
All right, I believe in Arsenal tonight. I feel like Arsenal can actually be able to, surmount all this pressure and win this game this evening. I do not want to draw from them. They should maintain that top spot.
No, your prediction, scoreline.
I'm not giving a prediction.
You need to give a prediction.
I'm
You are not
give a
betting.
I'm not. I won't give a prediction.
Favor, you are not betting.
I know I'm not betting. I just feel like, yes, Arsenal can win this game this night.
No, Favor, you cannot come here tomorrow and say, yes, you predicted Arsenal was going to win.
Yeah, I predicted
What?
Arsenal will win, but
Scoreline.
I can't give a scoreline.
Because-
I'm not God.
Oh, so the people that predicted online are God. Abi.
Like, I don't know. I don't know what Arsenal can
I
play.
know I've put so many fears in you, Favor.
What vision is fear?
Okay, now let me.
Now people would now start thinking I'm an
okay,
Arsenal
Laffy,
fan.
come inside.
People will start thinking
Laffy.
I'm an Arsenal fan now. Laffy!
Damola Laffenwa, Saeed.
Don't worry, I'll be beside him. I'll
Okay,
be
so-
able to get it out of him. Don't worry.
Okay, so Saeed, jump on the mic. What's your prediction today? I know you're an Arsenal fan. How are you? How are you, my friend?
How are you, Laffy?
What are you saying? I'm doing fine.
Yes, I know you are doing fine. So, what's the prediction for tonight?
Well, I don't want to predict.
Oh, you
I'll
people.
rather keep my fingers crossed.
Oh shit! The people that nail somebody to the cross, you keep it crossed.
Laffy looks calm on the outside, but
Why would he be
inside
calm?
All
is
Gunners
a-
are very
Wait,
calm.
No, but on the
All
inside,
Gunners everywhere
on
in
the
the world.
inside, if you look at him, he's like a tornado. Like he's really, really, shaking
No,
inside.
no shaking now.
No shaking. Mo
shaking.
No shaking.
We're optimistic.
You're
And we're
optimistic.
hoping for the best.
Keep, use another English. You are positive.
We're positive. Yeah.
You are expecting good result.
Good result.
We'll be here tomorrow together.
What's your own prediction?
Somebody's not. I know you'll be here tomorrow. Okay, you want me to predict when you did not predict?
You wanted to predict
Manchester City to score goals against Arsenal.
Come again.
Manchester City to score goals against Arsenal.
I reserve my comments.
Guys, coming up next is from the dailies where we look at headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers, same as burning issues. Do not go anywhere. AM Update is still live. My name is Oladapo Okunubi.
And I'll still be here with Adedamola Lafenwa. Stay safe.
For this Naija wey we dey so, say you no hold cash no mean say wahala dey o. You wan send money to Male for Villa? Just use Momo. You wan buy recharge card or data plus jollificate 15% bonus when you recharge? Just use Momo. You wan pay for market wey you buy? Just use Momo. You fit use Momo run plenty things without cash. As long as you get Momo account, no cash, no wahala. And e dey easy to open o. Just dial *671# to open Momo account o. Set your PIN, transfer money from your bank account or inside your Momo account to fiam make you fit dey pay for anything, send and receive money sharp because life dey simple with Momo. You go jollificate 15% bonus anytime you recharge with Momo.
Saleko is a jungle. Everyone does what they must to survive.
Gangs of Lagos don land for Prime Video and na the #1 film, so make una go watch am. E get better stars like Toby Bakri, Adesuwa Tomi Wellington, Chike, Iyabo Ojo and more. Plus the gege action wey dem do for the film. Chai! Na for only Prime Video you fit watch Gangs of Lagos and dem go first give you 7 days free trial. Terms and conditions dey o. Oya, check out to Prime Video.
Mommy!
Yes, daughter?
Why is it that almost everyone in my school comes with small candies and biscuits? I just want to know.
Yes, darling. It's because Sumal food is amazing and simply the best.
Yes, mommy. Even the Sumal wafers and the chewing gum that you've always given to us are extremely delicious and captivating.
Hello, everyone. Here's your bread. Of course, it's yellow bread.
Wow!
Thanks, my dear. we always enjoy Jolly Bread. For your biscuits, wafers, candies, chewing gum, and bread.
Small foods, love at first bite.
Small foods, love at first bite.
It's celebration galore. It is the annual Ibadan Cultural Week Festival 2023 edition. Let's celebrate together. As always, the Jericho Businessmen Club, JBC, an affiliate club of the Central Council of Ibadan Indigenes, CCII, is organizing a town hall meeting to commemorate this year Ibadan Cultural Week. Theme to be discussed is the beautiful Ibadan city, the waste management agenda. Panelists includes top experts in waste management who will be discussing the issues and solutions to the theme of discussion. Date is Friday, 28th April 2023, between 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Venue is Ashiwaju Bode Amao Hall, Ibadan House, Okiaremo, Ibadan. Come, let's discuss together. Let's celebrate Ibadan land. Ibadan Agbewao. Announcer Ramon Alabi, Chairman, Town Hall Planning Committee for Jericho Businessmen Club.
Hello, sir. Do you mind if I interview you quickly?
No. I don't get time.
Just a quick one, sir. If you get 1 million naira right now, what would you?
You said? First of all, hey, I go share this my phone. After that, I will come buy correct bars. You understand? Then I'll come work well. Come block my landlord office in my status. God declare for the boys there. Levels all land with that.
Take off on a millionaire level and do as you like with the FCMB Millionaire Promo Season 9 by increasing your savings account balance by 10,000 naira and keeping it for 30 days in your FCMB account. And if you are a new customer, deposit 10,000 naira into your account and keep it for 30 days. And you could be one of the winners of $1 million naira and other amazing cash rewards. Approved by NLRC and FCCPC. FCMB, my bank and I.
The Naira Games with your favorite radio presenters. The music with loads of fun and entertainment. It's Buxton World. Buxton World presents the Naira Game Show in the city of Ibadan. Featuring lots of games to win lots of money. And also get a chance to mingle with your favorite radio personalities. Coming live every last Thursday of the month at Platinum Club's outdoor stage. Number 2, Awolowo Avenue, Old Bodija, Ibadan. From 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. The game ticket is 500 naira and you can get yours in all the radio stations in Ibadan. Or you can log into www.buxtonworld.com to play off stage. For sponsorship, call 0905-362-5550. Proudly supported by Platinum Club and all the radio stations in Oyo State. Buxton World Naira Game Show. Every player is a winner.
Yo, what's up?
Do not touch that dial. You know the radio you tune to, it's your Remedy Dial 93.9 Solutions FM. Your number one Remedy Dial.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio Dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Beautiful morning to you. My name is Adedamola Lafenwa, and I will be doing from the daily segment on AM Update with Favor Oloruntola. Good morning, Favor.
Good morning.
I have the Vanguard newspaper and the Punch newspaper with me as well.
Okay, the stories with me this morning are from the Nigerian Tribune and the Nation newspaper.
Okay, let me start from the Punch newspaper this morning. From the CAP headlines, I have this one saying, NAS leadership, Tinubu, NWC meet contestants. FG US firm sign MOU on 800, okay, it's $15 billion, okay, rail project. Okay, moving further, Buhari president-elect governors mourn renowned journalist Enahoro. And moving to the banner headline this morning, Sudan conflict evacuation begins today as FG releases 150 million naira, hires 40 buses and riders to that. Federal government opposes night road trip. Logistic hiccups delayed Tuesday's planned evacuation. And the second rider says 3 Nigerian embassy officers escaped death following attacks by Sudan's rapid support forces. And we have this pictures of flooded areas in Lagos State. I can see vehicles stranded or stuck in the midst of the floods in Lagos State. That means the floods are, and that reminds me, yesterday it rained heavily here in Ibadan, and on my way home, I've been mentioning this thing. This Okeado market, just very close to us, it's I think the environmental officers really need a lot to do on that area, especially in that area, because probably maybe when they start apprehending people and punishing them, they will let you needed to see how littered the major roads were during the rain yesterday. It was the flood was the water was bringing. I mean, the flood, and at the Okeado Junction, particularly, I saw litters of refuse dumps everywhere. It was something disgracing. Let me say this, and I think we need to inform the environmental officers. I think they really need a lot of orientation in that particular area and some other areas that are known for such habits of dumping waste on waterways. Okay, moving further, I have this one. Ex-presidential candidates ask court to stop May 29 inauguration. You want to know why? You see that story on page 7 of the Punch newspaper. Assault, police to prosecute spare parts dealer. CP fires DPO. And the last one I'm taking from the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. FD cuts power frames from National Grid. That story will be found on page that's page 19 of the Punch newspaper this morning.
Quick question, Damola. Can the president of Nigeria be successful without the Senate?
Can he
be successful without the Senate?
Well, I think there should be a synergy between the Senate, the National Assembly, and the president for administration to move smoothly.
Okay, we'll talk about that on the course of the program. Well, let's move over to the Nation newspaper this morning. The banner headline here says, Eye-level talks begin over Senate President, Speaker. President-elect APC leaders meet. Aspirants intensify lobby. And we have NDDC to link oil-producing state with $15 billion rail project. Page 4 of the Nation newspaper. And we have Minister, Nigeria expects 100,000 malaria vaccines doses next year. Yesterday was World Malaria Day, so it's related to the celebration yesterday, and that's on page 28 of the Nation newspaper. Makinde explains delay in choosing Alafi Sean, and police deploy CPs in Ogun, Ondo, 9 others, FCT. Those stories can be found on the pages of the Nation newspaper, page 8 and page 26, respectively.
Okay, I'm moving to the Vanguard newspaper, and at the very top part of the front page of the Vanguard newspaper, there is this interesting caption. It says, how Nigeria can use Japa syndrome for Economic Development, World Bank. You want to know how that can be done? Grab a copy of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Now, moving further, we are under bandit siege. Taraba communities raise alarm. Buhari Obi Obaseki Sanwo-Olu mourn as iconic journalist Peter Enaoro dies at 88 in London. And another one, that UTME candidates parents decry system malfunction, technical glitches. Niger Delta leaders list sections of PIA for immediate review. And to the banner headline on the front page, polls Obi's case threatened as LP factions fight dirty. And the first rider says, Apapa seeking to scuttle Obi's petition against Tinubu. Abure puts judiciary, DSS, police, others on notice. And the last rider says, it's cheap blackmail. Apapa responding to Junius Abure there. Okay, moving further, Sudan evacuation delayed as FG warns Nigerian students against dangerous journeys. That story is on page 9. Dual citizenship doesn't disqualify anyone born in Nigeria from contesting elections. Anduaka. Okay, that story is on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper. FG approves appointment. PSC approves appointment of posting of 12 CPs. Nigeria spent $195 million in 2021 to tackle piracy in Gulf of Guinea. Buhari, and the last one says, economic cost of malaria in Nigeria may hit 2 trillion naira in 2030. FG, that story is on page 25 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning.
All right, let's move over to the Nigerian Tribune, where we see disregard of Papa's letter seeking withdrawal of Obi's petitions against the Tinubu Labour Party tells Tribunal. And we have this one, which was taken also on the Nation newspaper, why appointment of Alafi Shaun is delayed. That is from Makinde. And WHO warns of biological risk after Sudan fighters occupy lab. NEMA makes requisite payment to evacuate Nigerians. To now commence evacuation today. Page 3. Police killed in clash with suspected criminals in Ibadan. Page 28. And Kano FCT by also Delta. Ogun, 7 others get new CPs. NDDC Atlanta Global sign a 15 billion naira MOU to construct railway across 9 Niger Delta states. EFCC arraigns Ondo speaker. Others over alleged fraud. Okay. Veteran journalist Peter Enaoro dies at 88, and NAS Express presiding officers APC NWC meets today as Adamu other aspirants meet Tinubu. More trials needed for NAFDAC approved malaria vaccine. WHO, that's on page 2. And fire got Bodija Plank Market. Traders count losses. Page 28. And this one actually caught my attention. Is about the US President Joe Biden, who is 80, announcing plan to run for second.
Recontest. I heard the story yesterday and it was like...
The first thing that came to my mind is we keep complaining about elderly leaders in Nigeria, while the US, who seems to be the father of all countries, or let's say...
Towing the same path.
So who should we now, anyways, we see them, or many countries see US as role models.
And they like playing the Big Brother role.
And playing the Big Brother role. So if you can field an 80-year-old man, stop butting into other people's businesses.
That's from...
Favor.
Okay, still AM update on Solutions 93.9 FM. In a short while, we shall be linking up with our analyst this morning, that is Dr. Theophilus Cornerstone, virtually. Please stay tuned, we'll be right back. Okay, I'm glad to inform you that we have Dr. Cornerstone already joining us virtually. Good morning, Dr. Cornerstone.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Can you please speak? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think it's getting better now.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Hello?
To all our dear listeners, good morning to everyone.
Okay. All right. Favor Olontala is here too as well.
Favor, good morning.
Dr. Cornerstone, good morning to you.
Yeah, do you know that today is the World Professional Administrators Day?
Oh, really?
Administrators Day. We set aside to celebrate the contributions of everything getting into administration to the growth of business and society. And this year it was decided to celebrate this year. I think it started and it was gone beyond different. It used to be the celebration of secretaries, but now it's now the celebration of administrators. Just to let you know that we celebrate you guys for administering media impact on Nigerians and your dear listeners.
All right, thank you very much.
Dr. Cornerstone, we also appreciate you too for doing what you do on your field there.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now let's go straight to the business for the day. We have this story. It's actually been reoccurring. That is the crisis in the Labour Party. Just a week ago, they had a congress where Lamidi Apapa faction was suspended, and another acting chairman of the National Working Committee, that is Julius Abure, was inaugurated. Now, in the course of towards the end of last week and the beginning of this week, Apapa, who is a factional leader of the Labour Party, is saying that the court or the tribunal should throw out Peter Obi's quest to reclaim his stolen mandate, according to him. What's your take on that, coming from his own party?
Well, I do not know Apapa. I don't know he occupies legally in the Labour Party. But I think they actually wanted to scuttle him into it. And what he said last week was what he wanted to achieve so that that case can, the petition of Peter Obi can die. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
But as it is, I think the Labour Party was smarter than him to say, no, you cannot come and scuttle what we have started. I believe there have been injunctions and counter-injunctions relating to the leadership of the Labour Party. I expected this because looking at that petition has a whole lot of when it comes to the prosecution of judgment.
Dr. Cornerstone.
Dr. Cornerstone.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, the line was actually breaking. We could
hardly hear you.
Hardly hear you. Yeah.
So sorry. Let me retake what I said.
Okay, please do.
I said when you look at the petition of the Labour Party and Peter Obi, it leaves so much room for 8 areas where justice is achieved by the Labour Party and Peter Obi. And I, for one, remember laughing about a month ago, you were asking me on what ground the petition of the Labour Party achieved its is going to be on 3 grounds. The first is if the court decides to set aside the petition on the grounds of lasting merit, and I couldn't really pinpoint where it's last merit. The area where they are saying is last merit is the area of days before membership of a political party, before a political party can have its convention.
Dr. Cornerstone.
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
The line is actually breaking. Let's try to reconnect with you again.
Okay.
Okay, Dr. Cornerstone.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, now we can hear you clearer
thank you.
now. Yeah. Okay.
I may have to start again what I said.
Please do.
Yeah. It's a question relating to the factions in the LP and what that portends for the Labour Party as well as the petition they're having at the
tribunal.
The tribunal.
Yeah.
I hope I'm okay.
Yes, you are.
Well, I told you I took the petition of Labour Party in the last 1 month of the first couple of discussion. That the petition of the Labour Party has got a whole lot of grounds to actually press for justice. And that there are only about 2 or 3 grounds for which we can say to start looking at where the petition will not fly. And I believe the opposition is looking in that direction. So I'm sorry, the president-elect and his team are looking in that direction, and they are looking for every way possible to be able to truncate that petition, finding its way into the court. Number one is to say, what is the moral standing of Peter Obi to be able to do so, and then with Labour Party, because he actually joined himself as the section, Labour Party and Peter Obi. This therefore means if the Labour Party decides to say we are no longer pursuing that case, what will Peter Obi do? So I think Yafata, let me put it that way now, was brought in to actually be able to achieve what the Yafata guy has said last week, that the Labour Party will not be interested in pursuing that case again in court. But you see, before making that pronouncement, the Labour Party, the Nigerian Labour Congress in the Labour Party has known that, and so they went and removed him, and in place still installed Abure. There have been injunctions and counter-injunctions relating to that, so we do not know whether that will get to the Supreme Court first before the case comes in. Another thing I think the APC is doing right now is whatever will make them delay the sitting of the court up until the man is sworn in, because once you are sworn in, the court will now have to say a person already under immunity.
Well, that's a speculation, actually, Sha. That's speculation, what you just said.
Yeah, so that's what we don't understand. But I'd like to say that I think for now, the faction of the Labour Party actually means well for the Labour Party. I think based on what a whole lot of Nigerians are saying, this is an external influence into the Labour Party. Labour Party had been existent, though he had been part of it before, but he had actually quit being, holding any position for the party before this time. And him saying that the Abure faction, that it's an alleged criminal investigation that was gotten into them that makes them to say they want to remove him. All that are about how this petition can be vacated without it being mentioned in court. So I do not know the level to which they can succeed, but I want to say that it looks as though that their party faction is filling out the issue. Because you cannot from the back door come and bring yourself into a political party at this point in time that you are not responsible. You never really did any job when related to going to the polls. Another thing you have to understand, therefore, is that a lot of other political parties have actually changed backing, and the reason for changing of backing is very, very clear. That of the Labour Party is not clear here, that they are saying that certain documents were false and all the rest of it. If a document was false, I don't think an indictment is enough to say because it's been indicted, because an indictment is not the same thing as a judgment.
Okay.
I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
We can.
An indictment is not a judgment. The legal proceeding of the Nigerian Constitution does not hold an indictment. It holds a judgment. Once a judgment has been secured against the person to have committed a criminal offense, then that person is said to have been guilty. It's not an indictment, because if it's an indictment, you can actually, anybody can bring any clean excuse against someone in the name of an indictment. You do not therefore say because somebody is said to have committed a crime and the courts of the land have not proven so that person is guilty. No, that is judgment before the case. So I believe that the Labour Party is still very strong. They are pursuing their cause.
Okay.
And if the party decides to say we are no longer pursuing that case, it shall be the Nigerian, it shall be is someone who can sue and be sued in his own name. Are you listening to me?
Yeah, we are.
So I don't know the level to which Labour Party can say we are discontinuing that case, because according to the Aburi faction, the court case still stands.
Okay. All right. Dr. Cornerstone, let's move away from the Labour Party issue now to other issue. There is this issue with the National Assembly. I hope you can hear me.
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay,
well.
national leadership of the leadership of the National Assembly, rather, and there has been this speculations that it is Tinubu, that is the president-elect, that has a say in choosing who the leaders of talking about the presidential Senate president and the Speaker of the House of Reps. Now, I read somewhere, I can't really see it now, but it says whoever they will be picking, that's coming from APC, maybe whether to be the Senate president or the Speaker of the House of Reps, must be people who are loyal to Tinubu. And there was another particular person that said Orji Uzor is the right person. Okay, that is Femi Fani-Kayode. He's saying that Orji Uzor is the right candidate, the best candidate actually, to be the Senate president, because he will be loyal to Tinubu. Now, the Senate presidency and speakership of the House of Reps, is it supposed to be based on the grounds of loyalty or competence and being able to do the right thing? What's your take on that statement?
Well, Mr. Laffy, I would say you never needed to speak all this English. You understand? So you really never needed to speak all this English you just called. The reason is because there's something called sub judice in the law. It means deciding the aftermath of a court proceeding or a court judgment when the court has not even started over it. There's a case in court concerning who becomes the next president of Nigeria. The president-elect and the the certificate of return given to him, notwithstanding. Did you hear what I said?
Yes, I did.
There's a case in court. The PDP has brought a case in court. The LP has got a case in court. 3 other political parties have brought a case in court.
Do you feel this case is... Do you feel this case is...
Listen.
Okay.
I will not therefore saying the arm of government called the legal arm of government, the justice system, which is the third arm of government, is irrelevant in Nigeria.
Dr. Cornerstone.
It actually baffles me when, because I was listening to radio this morning, and the person who I was listening to had a way of saying, well, it is very, very painful if it is another, because for it, it's another thing that, who cares? Once the president-elect decides to choose whoever he wants to choose, they can go ahead and choose anybody. I'm not going to be sub-judice, bro. Are you listening to me?
Yes.
Once the case is vacated, once the case is vacated, and they said he has won, that he actually is the one who won, why choose his son? But as long as the case is still in court, the case has not been vacated, because I don't have the case, I don't have an analysis to give to that.
Dr. Cornerstone, can I ask you a question? Now, can you give me an
instance? You have always been asking me.
Can you give me an instance in the past where, because all the elections we've had, there will always the person that lost will always go to the court. They've always been going to the court to contest the election result, and it has never been written anywhere that because the opposition party had gone to court to contest the election result, so they are claimed, or the declared winner is not being sworn in.
Once again, you wouldn't need to speak all this English. See, the election of 1999, who were the people involved? Are they the people involved now?
What about the one in 2015, 2019?
Okay, 2015, 2019. Is the voting procedure what happened in 2023? The answer is no. The voting procedure of 2019 and 2015 were together. The voting procedure of 2023 was on an electoral. We need to try that in court before you start telling me go to precedent, go to what has happened in the past. Brother, people who move forward look forward to the future, not past. So I believe until this case is vacated in court, until this case is taking a shape in court, all these things we are saying, it is the party they can decide all that. But me, who is not partisan, I don't have a right. I don't have a say over them. I listen to me. I am not partisan. I am only looking at the law and its cost in Nigeria. And for a man who's looking at the law and its cost in Nigeria, there are three arms of government: the legislative, the judiciary, and the executive. The executive cannot be overriding. Are you listening to me, sir?
Yeah, I'm with you.
In a country that sanity is actually in its laws, they would not even try it. 5 political parties have brought a case against you, and you are saying we are going ahead to choose who will be the next.
Well, the court, this court.
The only thing now I know about Nigeria that I know is that one man named Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been given a certificate of return by the electoral body in Nigeria called INEC, and that certificate of return is being challenged by a petition by 5 political parties.
Dr.
Until that is taken care of, please, sir.
Dr. Cornerstone.
About who was, yes, sir.
Dr. Cornerstone, you've made mention about the cases in court, but none of these courts have made any pronouncement stopping the going ahead with the swearing in of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. At least till date. Let me come again. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Now, you said that there are cases in court, so the swearing in should be stopped. But none of this...
I'm not saying so. No, this is not what I'm saying.
Okay, please explain better. Explain to me.
Get me very clear.
Okay, no.
I am not telling you the swearing in should be stopped. You know why? Is the swearing in taking place today?
It's on May 29th.
No, it's May 29. May 29.
So you cannot say I said this, that the swearing in should be stopped. Please, let's be very clear on that.
Okay.
What I am saying is that a political party by the name APC can decide to do any internal discussions. Don't bring me to issues of who is not partisan. If you ask me as a political party member of the APC, whom should be, I will talk. But for the fact that I'm not partisan, I'm looking at the progress of the law in Nigeria. I will not be telling you, oh, what they are doing is good, what they are doing is not good. What I will pay attention to is that there are 3 arms of government. The judiciary is there, the legislature is there, and the executive is there. We want to see how the judiciary we want to be stampede based on what is already with them. Are you getting me?
Yes, I'm
getting you. We are saying we are looking for independence of the judiciary, and somebody as the executive is already discussing the future of governance without the record of the judiciary. This one should be a slap on the judiciary. Are you listening to me, sir?
Okay, yeah. I'm listening to you.
We are saying something should not be sub judice. Sub judice is anything discussing about what the outcome of a case can be, for which you can make decisions. People are already making decisions without the outcome of the court. And we are clapping. I will never analyze that. I am serious, sir. I will never analyze that. It's the APC. It can decide to do anything. It can even do within its own party now. It can do an inauguration by itself without looking at May 19. It's still within its own party. I understand, sir.
Yeah.
Whatever the party does on its party, that is the party's business. But we are saying that other 5 political parties are against the man being given the opportunity of leading Nigeria by petitions. Are you not telling me it's only the executive arm of Nigeria that exists? No. That's what I want to say, sir. Other arms of government exist, and whatever they say about what is already currently ongoing is very, very important. What happened in 2019, what happened in 2015, and even what happened in 1999 cannot be a yardstick to judge what will happen in 2023, because I don't think there was a difference in 2015 and 2019. The law didn't recognize it. The law now recognizes electronic voting. Hello? It's very, very important we understand all this. In 2019 and 2015, the electoral umpire did not set aside its own electoral guidelines. Are you here?
Yeah.
In the middle of an election, the electoral umpire did not set aside its electoral guidelines. We have had that in this one. And you're telling me to use what happened in 2015 to judge what will happen now? The electoral guidelines for the purpose of 2015 and 2019, did not have to try the Section 134 of the Nigerian Constitution because the person who won fair and square more than 25% of the FCT. I listened to a lawyer talking some time ago, and that he's actually baffled that Nigerians will be talking about the issue relating to Section 124, which talks about 25% of 36 states of the Federation and the FCT. Now, I'm so surprised. Does it therefore mean that if a person wins all 25% of all states in Nigeria but did not win the FCT, that you will not give him? And the answer I gave him, did your brother win the 25? Did our president-elect win 25% of all states? The answer is no. So you cannot use what did not happen to now be a judge. Did you hear what I said, sir?
Yeah, I get your point. I get your point now. I get your point.
So if you say, does it therefore mean if 36% of the federation, somebody scored 25% of it all, then you will not give him the thing? Let me tell you, if you score 25% of the 36% of the federation, there's still 75% remaining. What if another person scored 50% of all 36 states? And this is the crass analysis that some people and lawyers are bringing to this discussion. The very best way I've told us to look at this issue is to say you want to describe Nigeria for a child in civic education. How do you describe it? 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. Why do you not tell us to throw away the Federal Capital Territory? Because it is to your own benefit.
I get your point perfectly.
And then what they are saying is that the Federal Capital Territory is less than a state. It's not important. If it is less than a state, that's why the law is saying at least give it 25% for the person who won. At least 25% of the people must be able to decide that the man who is coming to rule a city where the ministers will be imposed on them, where the local council administrators will be imposed on them. At least 25% of them should be able to decide who comes there to be the president. They don't have a national assembly. They don't have a governor. A national assembly is the House of Reps. The governor is the president. And you don't want the people who will be within that territory to at least have 5% to decide it? Nigerians. And once you favor certain people, they start making unnecessary analysis that don't work. The reason why I can talk about this area is because this is constitution. Constitution is not suspended. It's a petition that is to be tried once the constitution of Nigeria.
Okay,
you cannot tell me bring 36 people to show up. I want 25 of them and John. And then you now tell me, no, sir. We got 29 people. John is not around. What do you mean?
Dr. Cornerstone.
That is not complete.
Yeah.
The man who was saying, if you win 36, it doesn't mean you win 25% each of all the 36 states. You will not give him the presidency. I therefore want to let that man know that out of 25%, there is still 75% remaining. That another person can even want the 75% of all 36 states. As long as he didn't win the Federal Capital Territory, there is a reason to now say, do we correct that part of the Constitution? As long as that part of the Constitution is not validated, it's an issue to be decided in this election. So the APC can decide who becomes the House of Representatives under their own capacity. Don't bring it to me or to anyone who is not a member of the party. Because that would be looking like, these people are really looking forward to throwing out this court case, you get me, out the window by any means. That's what it says.
Okay, let's just keep our fingers crossed. Let's let the courts take full control of that.
Dr. Cornerstone, let's move away from that. In the next few minutes, although I'll just drop this question, I would just like us to talk about it after this commercial break. Now, the inauguration committee for Tinubu has been released. The full list has been released. And we see that majority, let's just say the list, doesn't really favor a tribe in Nigeria. And there is this story on the headlines or the pages this morning, says May 29th committee, Tinubu inherited Igbo hatred from Buhari Ohanaeze Ndigbo. And let's just look at the administrative of President Muhammadu Buhari. Whenever he wants to appoint, you barely see, which is something that I would see, you barely see people from the south. It's majorly from the north. And it's looking as though the president-elect is towing that path as well. if he is doing this before his inauguration, won't it bode a big serious issue for him when he becomes president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria?
Again, I don't have anything to say on this.
You know what? Did you hear me?
You know why? You know the reason why I do not also still have anything to say on this?
Why?
And the inauguration committee is for the president that to decide it. But whether he should be the president of Nigeria after May 29th or May 29th forward, there's a case in court for that.
The list,
we should therefore learn to listen, sir. Whatever, are you listening, sir? If it was another country, a Senate client, another country will downplay by media effort or by media analysis anything coming from what the current president-elect is doing in order to be inaugurated. The media will be very silent on it. Because you are making it look as though the legal arm of government does not exist in Nigeria.
But the legal arm of government you're talking about are yet to make a decision on that.
Dr. Cornerstone, I would like you to continue this. Dr.
Cornerstone,
listen, sir.
That's why these stories are in the news.
I would have to go on a commercial break, you both. Dr. Cornerstone.
Yes.
Listen. You just answered my question in the reverse. Because a decision has not been made by the court is the reason why we should not be. Because based on anything we say, we are actually either confusing society or inciting someone. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, Dr. Cornerstone.
As long as the court has not made a decision, are you listening to me? It becomes very difficult for you to make it an issue in the media. This is media trial.
Okay.
He can decide to do everything that he wants to do on his own without me coming to discuss it. For example, now look at the area he's in. Look at the area the media is looking at it. He has picked people for his inaugural, and for God knows why, a part of the nation, which is the Igbos, are not part of it. That's already segregational. That's already divisional.
Okay. All right, sir. All right, Dr. Cornerstone, thank you very much. Let's go on
in
this
order
commercial
for us
break.
to put all this to, thank you. In order for us to put this into a rest, why not just discuss something else? Once there's this challenging his right of being there. One of the challengers did say, if you will be called His Excellency as President of Nigeria, whatever process that led to, whatever process that led to you being the president must be excellent. And the only way to prove that is the legal process.
All right.
And not costing the money being in power. It means we're not undermining the impact of the judiciary system in Nigeria. Let the media not be the one that is killing the judiciary in Nigeria. Because all these media trials have already seen that, there's nothing that will come out from the judiciary. That is not true.
Okay, sir.
Something should come out from the judiciary that will be at least transparent.
So let's just keep our fingers crossed and hope that something good will come out of the judiciary. All right. Thank you very much, sir, for being a part of the program today. Thank you very much. God bless you.
For this Naija wey we dey so, say you no hold cash no mean say wahala dey o. You wan send money to Male for Villa, just use Momo. You wan buy recharge card or data plus jollificate 15% bonus when you recharge, just use Momo. You wan pay for market wey you buy, just use Momo. You fit use Momo run plenty things without cash. As long as you get Momo account, no cash, no wahala. And e dey easy to open o. Just dial *671# to open Momo account o. Set your PIN, transfer money from your bank account or inside your Momo account to make you fit dey pay for anything, send and receive money sharp because life dey simple with Momo. You go jollificate 15% bonus anytime you recharge with Momo.
Saleko is the jungle. Everyone does what they must to survive.
Gangs of Lagos don land for Prime Video and na the #1 film, so make una go watch am. E get better stars like Toby Bakri, Adesuwa Tomi Wellington, Chike, Iyabo Ojo and more. Plus the genge action wey dem do for the film. Chai! Na for only Prime Video you fit watch Gangs of Lagos, and dem go first give you 7 days free trial. Terms and conditions dey o. Oya, check back to Prime Video.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Sumal Foods, love and trust.
Mommy! Yes, daughter?
Why is it that almost everyone in my school comes with Sumal candies and biscuits? I just want to know.
Yes, darling. It's because Sumal food is amazing and simply the best.
Yes, mommy. Even the Sumal wafers and the chewing gum that you've always given to us are extremely delicious and captivating.
Hello, everyone. Here's your bread. Of course, it's yellow bread.
Wow! Thanks, my dear. We always enjoy Jolly bread. For your biscuits, wafers, candies, chewing gum, and bread.
Sumal Foods, love and prosper.
Sumal Foods, love and prosper.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Millie X on the beat.
We sincerely apologize for that break in transmission. This is Solutions 93.9 FM, and we want to say thank you very much for staying tuned with us. And if you're wondering what are we doing, this is still AM Update, but we've got some special in the building this morning, and that will be talking to us about something that will benefit you and I. Well, it's about the Voiceover Bootcamp by Epimix, the Badon edition. And we've got someone that you've heard his voice on the station a while back is here again, and he is going to be telling us more about this beautiful event. Is no other than Charles Alade. And on this flyer, I see beautiful people here that will be, let's see, we'll be there with him. Charles Alade, good morning to you. It's a pleasure to have you in the studio this morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
That's the radio prof.
The radio prof himself is right here with us.
It's so good to be here this morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Laffy. Good morning.
Good morning.
Favor. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you. And I see that the boot camp has grown beyond, it's growing,
yes,
and it still keeps growing. But before we, go into that, what actually, brought about this voiceover, and then we'll tell people what they can learn and about the boot camp and everything.
All right. So I think it started for me as a passion or burden for radio broadcasters. I've had the better part of my life, doing radio, and I realized that we can do more beyond talking on radio, between our belts, or 9 to 5, as some persons will call it. That every radio broadcaster can have another business, something else that brings you good money with your voice, particularly because every one of us is gifted with a good voice. And I felt it's not good enough that all that you do is just radio. It would be nice that a broadcaster and those who even have gifts of good voices can also benefit from this. So it was a burden for my colleagues in the media space to be able to have something else that brings in that financial stability, extra income, aside their salary. And I make bold to say that there is no media station in this world that can pay you all that you can earn in life. I don't want to say can pay you to become rich. That's the truth. Oftentimes we just need to, put our destiny into our hands and decide for ourselves, how much we make per time. And voiceover artistry is one industry that can help you achieve that. I think I'm a living testimony of that.
No, you're living. I see that because by February 10th and 11th, the first boot camp
happened in
Lagos.
Yes.
It is checked there, and we have different facilitators. But for this boot camp, what should people expect?
Yeah, this time is bigger, like you mentioned. We're going all out. I'm also facilitating with other international voiceover coaches around the world from different continents of the world. For instance, my friend Hussein Amiri is from Bahrain. Bahrain is a small country close to, the Arab country, Dubai. Queen Susan is joining us. Charlene Mangwani from Zimbabwe is joining us. Cynthia Kimola is joining us from Kenya. So it's a bit of different voices. I'd like to say that Charlene Mangwani is the female voiceover artist of the year, Africa. And she's also joining us, for this bootcamp. Particularly the Ibadan that is happening this weekend is myself, Charlene Mangwani, and then Peter Baker from United Kingdom that will be facilitating the Ibadan bootcamp. So we're doing a mega city tour. It's never happened before that we're going to 6 cities as stretch. We've done Lagos, we're doing Ibadan. 29th of April, we are doing Osun State. June 24th, we are going to Akure. May 20th, we are going to Abuja. July 29th, we're going to Port Harcourt. September 16th, thereabout. So it's a big one.
Okay, before we go further, you, Charles Alade, I've known you for years. I know when it comes to doing voiceover, you are one of the gurus that I've ever met.
Thank you, boss.
And I want to ask you this question. For anyone interested in going into voicing or doing voiceover things, what are the basic requirements for that person?
And well, hold on. Before you answer that question, for people that do not even know what voiceovers are,
okay,
let
maybe
us
you should take
start
it from
with
that's
that
true.
thing.
So the simplest way I love to define voiceover is putting your voice over another material. And whatever that means, that whenever people can hear your voice and don't get to see you on a short commercial or whatever, you have done voiceover. Okay. So it's for in a layman's language or a general language, I would say some of the advert that you listen to on radio, on TV, are done by voiceover artists, but it doesn't end there. Your IVR, for instance, or AVR, which is automatic voice response. Please wait while your transaction is processing. That's voiceover. Your cartoon characters, that's voiceover. Announcement at the airport, at the train station, that is voiceover. So it cuts across almost all industry. Your animation in your games, fight it. Your PS station, PlayStation.
Finish
him. That's voiceover. That's somebody's voice. Your Tom and Jerry is somebody's voice.
God, why am I lost with this PS? Why would I both say we finish him and fight him? What?
It's a game,
Is it what?
A game.
Boys game. The games boys play.
That we use our school fees.
I can see the connection.
So that's voiceover. So nobody will know that it is Laffy's voice. Nobody will know that was Favor. If you listen to Tom and Jerry or some of these cartoons that our kids watch at home, every character is somebody's voice. So you can play in any industry, especially when you know the uniqueness of your voice. However, voiceover is different from voice acting. If you do voice acting, it's more of your ability to imitate and mimic others, to sound like something. Like, I want to go to tea. You don't talk to me like that. Oh, he came around last night. And then it's just one person playing a lot of character. You want to talk about audiobooks also. You want to talk about e-learning. You want to talk about, training materials. These are done by voiceover artists. And there is a lot that you can make, doing voiceover. So commercial is just one of 10 category of voiceover.
Back to Laffy's question. What was the question you asked him?
Okay, what are the
requirements? The basic requirement is your ability to talk. Yes, sir. It's not even to have a fine radio voice. That's some advert.
Okay.
They don't need.
It's been believed that you have to have a smooth voice.
No, sir.
Baritone,
no, sir. No, sir. Let me say why it is not so. It's a lie. It's a myth. So, for instance, you play some advert on your radio. Bá mi fi ọgbọ̀n náírà sọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lú ìpè dátà mi. somebody who is talking that or another advert kí ló wá ṣe lọ́dọ̀ mi lónìí ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé sim mi kan tí mo ní lọ́dọ̀ yín jò ní. Those are normal colloquial way of communicating. They are not the announcer style. So anybody that can talk, I can decide to use our driver, I can decide to use our cleaner and say, okay, I want this character. This is the storyboard for this voiceover. You act as if you are my mommy. You act as if you are the younger brother. And then when you are done, I will come in as the announcer and say, yes, get your credit now. So anybody, so those guys that played those characters before the main announcer voiceover, they are also voiceover artists. Okay. So anybody, in fact, there was a time somebody was looking for somebody who has Ijebu. You know, he asked me, he called me out of the country, that do I know any voiceover artist that does the job? So different dialects. Ondo, for instance, I want to do a particular, advert material for Ondo people. They will prefer to hear somebody that has their intonation, their dialect to, deliver the script. If I deliver it, they may be hearing a bit of Lagos, Eko, Yoruba, and Ibadan, a mixture of so everybody can play in the voiceover space. Everybody listening to me right now, if you have a good voice, you'll know what a good script or voiceover sounds like. Okay, I can play this character, I can act like this person, I can be like old man, I can play like a younger person. It's a gift. Ellen Paul is a comedian. She plays this childish character, talking as if she's a teenager, and she's over 40. That's voiceover.
Okay, since we've established what the voiceover is, the basic requirement for a voiceover, let's move over to the boot camp that is going down very soon. The date again is April 29th, right?
Yes.
So what will people learn when they come?
It's a lot. So first of all, I'm going to establish different categories of voiceover that I've highlighted here, and I help you to identify your unique area, your niche. And so, you know what, I may not be able to do so much in commercial voiceover. I don't have that flair, or I don't have that temperament. Maybe I can play more in this, AVR, being that automatic voice response for telecommunication complaints. I have a good voice. I mean, like Favor, if you listen to that kind of voice, even if they are owing you money, you will not be angry. Not like somebody, they deducted your credit and the voice you are hearing is annoying again. So you just help you to identify your niche. I'm going to teach you on how to also write a voice or a professional voiceover scripting. Because bulk of your voiceover will be messed up at scripting levels. You can't write script well. And then Peter Baker is going to take his session also how to deliver on your script. And then what's her name? Charlene will also come in and talk about how to identify yourself. Because if you cannot discover yourself, you won't even know where to play in the voiceover space. So it's a whole lot. I mean, we're going to be there from 9 a.m. till about 5 p.m. It's a boot camp. It's hands-on. It's intensive. It's not story. It's not a conference. We are not coming to say aspire to aspire. It's straight to the point. And then one of my goals is also to help people to be able to record and edit themselves, because that's where a lot of voiceover artists or broadcasters have challenging. They have the good voice already, but they still have to depend on this particular producer to come before they can work on their voice. And some of them will mess up your audio editing if they can't identify how you want to mix your own voice. So it's good that you can record and edit yourself and can send to clients all around the world at any time.
At your convenience.
Or, understanding the time difference in some of these countries. I've done jobs for people in Australia, in Canada, in UK, in US. Our time zones are different, but the ability to do something within the confines of my home and deliver on time is what makes them, keep coming back to me.
Okay, so people ask, is this free of charge?
It's not free, sir. Even in Freetown, nothing is free, but it's highly discounted. Highly discounted. This is just 20,000 naira for each person. Although we have a early bird, which already closed last week Friday, but because I'm on Solutions FM, this is my house. I'll still open it for people to join the early bird registration. It's just a few days away. Saturday is about 3 days now, Abby. Okay. Yeah. So if you're registering, if you listen to me on this radio station, just say from Solutions FM. I will listen to you. We'll still get you in for the early bird at 10,000 naira. Okay. And there's a certificate to this, so you can add it to your resume and say you have gone through the voiceover boot camp and you are trained by internationally acclaimed voiceover, artists or coaches all over the world.
Okay, I want to register under the name of Solutions FM as an early bird.
Awesome.
Where do I register? What's the phone number?
Okay.
The communication channels to reach
Numbers
out to
call 0815 863 96 9668. 0815 863 9668. Or you check www.charlesaladeinitiative.com/voiceover mega bootcamp.
Yeah, talking like a voiceover artist. Talk
Sorry.
like normal people like us.
So that website is long actually.
It's
So
very long.
they should just do the website. They should just go through the number or just type. If in fact you can Google my name, just type Charles Alade. You'll find the information that you can get, concerning the bootcamp that I am sure of.
Okay, so the date again, the venue, and
It's happening at Coast Space here. It's just also Sami. It's behind the bank there. 9 a.m. straight
till 4 o'clock.
Till 4 p.m. We have break in between just to rest a bit, take some snacks, and then we continue again.
Well, peradventure, I don't want to register as an early bird. I just want to, send my money directly like that. The 20,000 naira.
Yes.
The account number to send it to so that they can write it down.
Yes. I hardly have that offered, but let me quickly get this quickly. But it's on the flyer. If you can help me with it.
All right, let me just help you with the flyer. It's right here in front of me. Heavy Mix Studios Limited, and the bank is Sterling Bank. The number is 0089063827. 0089063827. Sterling Bank, Heavy Mix Studios Limited.
Thank you so much. And then they can check our IG page, Voiceover Bootcamp, on Instagram. We're the only one, using that. And I make bold to say that we are the only voiceover bootcamp in Nigeria. There are voiceover academies, there are workshops, but what we do is bootcamp, and it's different, and that is why we're really taking it very far. And hopefully, before the end of this year, I might be in Ghana, for the bootcamp also. It's a vision. It's beyond whatever we can make from it. No matter what anybody is paying, oftentimes we spend more of our money, just to get people on their feet and then find a space in the voiceover industry.
Final words for people.
Remember that your voice can make you a lot of money. Every voice is good, but cannot make you money except you train that voice. So if you come to the bootcamp, we help you find yourself. What we say is we discover you, we develop you, and we deploy you into the market space.
Okay, it's been a very wonderful time with you, Radio Prof.
Thank
Charles
you.
Alade. Nice to see you again.
Same here.
All right.
It's a pleasure too.
Yeah, thank you, Favor.
You're welcome. All right, very soon we'll go to the weather corner. Do not change the dial. It is Solutions 93.9 FM.
FM. Keep it locked.
Dial 106.
Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today.
Rain, rain, go away, come again another day. Little children want to play.
Oh.
Rain, rain, go away. Well, by 11 o'clock today, we're going to experience maybe slightly what we experienced yesterday, but not as heavy as that. By 11 o'clock, 28 degree, it's going to be slight thunderstorm, so we're expecting slight rain and maybe a cloudy weather. The same thing 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock, but the temperature must have increased 29 degree and 32 degree. Well, it's going to increase, drop by 2 p.m. Cloudy weather at 31 degree by 2 p.m. It's going to increase 3 p.m. Cloudy 32, 31, and 5 p.m. we experience the same thing that we experienced from 11 to 1. cloudy and thunderstorm by 5 p.m. 30 degree, 6 p.m. 28 degree, cloud, thunderstorm there. 7 p.m. 27 degree, 8 p.m. 27, cloudy weather, 9 p.m., 10 p.m. and 11 p.m. is just going to be like that. So it's not going to be as hot as it was before around 5 o'clock yesterday. And I loved that, although it beats me.
The rain, right?
The rain. I left here early, but I had a lot of places to be yesterday. And when it was 5 o'clock, the rain started. It didn't stop until around past 6. And I had to, walk somewhere again. When I was leaving there around evening, around 8, there were about 7:38. The rain started again. Come on.
Don't worry, people.
I'm so surprised I didn't wake up with, slight cold.
Let me make a pronouncement to your life this morning. You are getting your car very soon.
Oh my God, this is a very big prayer. I say amen and amen to that. I'm getting my car very soon.
So you won't be drenched by the rain.
I was really drenched yesterday. I was very drenched.
Okay, this is the wrap on today's edition of from the Dailies and AM Update. We'll be back again tomorrow for another edition of the program. Thank you very much for staying tuned in. For everyone that contributed on our Facebook page, we say a big thank you to you. And I'm still praying because I have a very important game tonight.
Yes, a very important one.
I'll go back to my prayers and keep praying. As Lord Gunners out there, let's keep the faith.
Gunners, it's just I need to see myself on that. I'm praying that the Gunners out there would not be gone by tonight. You're not gone.
Well, Gunners, listen to me. Let's keep our faith alive. Let's stay optimistic and let's believe that we will come out victorious.
This is really interesting.
I know that Dapo
no team in the
Premier listening.
No team in the Premier League seems to be a threat to you. No team in the Premier League gives you these chills. So I would say the fear of Manchester City is the beginning of wisdom for Arsenal.
Well, according to Favor Oloruntola.
Because you are literally shivering.
All I'm saying is that this game is very crucial. It's very crucial to us. That's why I'm feeling this way.
I see the table.
It's very crucial.
I see the table.
Going by the fact that we messed up.
Yeah,
the last three games. The last 3 games, because all those games that we had to draw.
Very easy games.
They were easy games. These people were. I like to call them the easy praise, but
they came prepared for you.
It is what it is.
It was your last match that got me. Like, I had to post it on my social. I don't want to see what I said.
I know. I saw what you wrote.
I was expecting a response from you, but I feel
I deliberately ignored that post. Well, my name is Adida Malalafe. I'm out of here. Good morning.
My name is Favor Oloruntola. I hope I am not, going to be a thorn in the flesh of Adida Malalafe tomorrow morning when we come back.
Hey.
Please stay safe. Do not do what I cannot do. But what I can do, I yab teams that are not performing well. That is what that I can do. Number 2 team that I can do. Please enjoy yourself. Bye-bye.